Hi everyone, I hope you're all okay this morning. I just need to flip back to this one here. So I thought we could start off this English lesson with you having a go at this little activity. So you're going to be practicing your use of similes. So I would like you to pause the video and come up with some ways that you could finish this sentence. So we've got the ice cream is as cold as ice. Well, it's got ice in it, so maybe that's not the best example, but ice cream is as sweet as 1,000 strawberries, or ice cream is as colourful as a rainbow. So it's up to you how you want to finish those sentences. So pause the video now and have a go at that activity to get us started with today's lesson. I hope you all found that activity okay and a lot of fun. And hopefully it's got you ready and thinking creatively for our lesson today. So in our lesson today, we're going to think about how we can use figurative language to create a vivid image for the reader in their mind. So we're going to look at similes, metaphors and personification, and we're going to annotate some pictures. So we're going to make notes around them, thinking of the different features and how we could use them in relation to that picture. So first of all, you need to put your creative hats on, think outside the box, but also think about the world around you and how you can link that to the picture and link your experiences so that you can relate to the reader and help them understand what is happening in the story. So I'll give you an example of how I've annotated a few pictures, and then hopefully you can go from there. I've got some pictures here that I will put on the home learning website for you, and you can use them as inspiration for your annotations. Now, this is because tomorrow you are going to be writing a short maybe like half a page paragraph to describe a scene and describe what is happening, and I want you to include some of these features. So if you have a go at thinking creatively today, it might get you ready for writing tomorrow. So let me just move myself down here. So first of all, I gave myself the wardrobe to try and explain. So let's have a look at what metaphors I came up with. So remember, a metaphor is when you say something is something, even if that's not the literal meaning and it's far from what they actually are. You say it because it provides extra meaning and it's a lot deeper. So when we use metaphors, we say that something is something. So I said that the wardrobe is a treasure chest. Obviously, it's not actually a treasure chest, but there's lots of exciting things inside it. The wardrobe is a key to another world. It's not actually a key, is it? But it's an opening and it's a way of the children exploring another place. And then lastly, I put the wardrobe is a puzzle that can't be solved. So by this, I mean that the wardrobe is confusing. How can it be that there is this other world in the back of the wardrobe? So those are quite loose ones there, but you can see how you really have to think outside the box. So you might be trying to say one thing. You might try like I tried to say, the wardrobe is really confusing. What do I know that it is confusing? I'm doing a puzzle at the moment and I don't understand it. The wardrobe is a puzzle that can't be solved. So see if you can link anything from, everyday life to make a metaphor. And then I had some similes here, which I found quite hard to think of, but I've got a simile, so about how tall the wardrobe is. So as tall as a giraffe, I haven't done a full sentence here, or as tall as her brother Peter. So one that's quite far-fetched and one that's quite realistic, because remember, with a simile, we're comparing it to something else. As tall as a giraffe adds dramatic effect, but I found it quite difficult to think of ways to compare the height anyway. And then I also said the wardrobe had wood as smooth as polished stone, so that makes them think it might be really, really shiny. And I also said it has wood, hold on, that's not right. Its wood was as rich as a rich brown, its wood was a rich brown colour like smooth dark chocolate. And then I've also written the wardrobe smelt like an old library. So see if you can think about the senses, so what you can touch, taste, smell and hear and see. So think of all those things when you're describing, because you want to take your reader to that place. So personification, I thought, the wardrobe looks quite welcoming. Now, a wardrobe couldn't actually welcome someone, but that would be a good way to give the wardrobe a human quality. So I put welcomed, invited her in with the promise of soft coats. Now, a wardrobe's not actually going to promise something, is it? But by saying that it's promising her that there is soft coats in there, that makes it seem sort of more inviting and gives it a deeper meaning. And I've also used lured as well, so you could use that interesting vocab for yours as well. Let's have a look. So then I had this picture of Aslan. So for personification with Aslan, I tried to think about things that were happening in the picture. So with your pictures, try and look at every single detail that is in there, not just the people. Because I realised when I was writing mine, I thought, oh, I'm focusing on the people far too much. What's happening around them? Can I set the scene in any other way? So I said, the sun set quietly in the calm sky. Now, the sun can't really set quietly. I mean, you don't hear it, but it might also mean that, you know, no one noticed that the sun was setting. And in a calm sky, again, the sky can't really it can be calm because of how it looks, but not calm in a feeling. So that was a good evidence of personification. And I also said that you could use the peaceful sky because it looks very peaceful and it looks like it's very calm. And then I thought about Aslan. Could I make any personification to do with how he looks? So I said every hair in Aslan's proud mane stood to attention. Now, again, a mane can't feel proud, but it makes it look like he is grand and he is puffing his mane out. So I thought that would be a good way to use the word proud for some personification there. And then I had similes. So Aslan let out a roar like thunder. So I'm comparing his roar to thunder because it is really loud. And also that's quite a powerful imagery because sometimes people are scared of thunder. So people might be scared of the roar when they hear it. But Aslan's fur moved like soft silk in the wind. So you've got that contrast. You've got him roaring like thunder. And then you've got his lovely mane moving like soft silk in the wind. I've also put the sky was like a summer's day. In your writing, you probably wouldn't write about the sky 3 times, but I thought when you're making annotations, you can write about it as many as you like. If you can think of a metaphor, a simile, and personification for the sky, then go ahead and write it. And when you come to writing your actual paragraph, you can decide which one you like the best. And then I've got his fur shined in the light like pure gold. So comparing his fur to gold, something that's quite rich and grand. I thought metaphors were quite difficult on this one. You might find as well that metaphors are the hardest one to think creatively about. So I put Aslan is a lion with a lamb's heart. He doesn't actually have a lamb's heart. He is a lion, but having a lamb's heart might mean that he's very kind, a kind character. His body is a fortress, so very strong. I'm comparing his body to sort of like a castle, a very strong castle. His body is a steel suit, not actually a steel suit, but that might mean it's really strong, it's unbreakable. So again, you're putting those images into people's heads. Even if it feels like you're being a bit silly and it sounds a bit stupid, I promise you're not, because the reader will read it and that will give a different image in their head, okay? Then lastly, I had this picture of Lucy in the snow. So for the metaphors, again, I found them really difficult, but I said the snow is a blanket over Narnia. So that was quite a good one to do for the snow because it's quite easy to say that the snow is a blanket, or you could even use a simile, the snow covered Narnia like a blanket. And then I put the lamppost as a friend to the good people of Narnia. Now, the lamppost isn't actually a friend, but people could see it as like a beacon of light that they walk to. So whatever you write down for your annotations, again, some of them might sound silly, but if they make sense in your head, maybe read them to someone else and see what they think. So for similes, I wrote the snowflakes sparkled like 1,000 diamonds. So again, comparing the snowflakes to something really glittery. The snow crunched like cornflakes under Lucy's feet. Now that one sounded a bit silly to me, I thought, but I thought because Lucy's a child, you know, it might remind her of, you know, when she eats cornflakes for her breakfast. Who knows? And then I also put clouds as big as Africa floated by. Again, that was another tricky one. But again, it gives the reader an idea of just the size of the clouds. You know, they're humongous. And I also said Lucy was like a lamb who had lost her flock. So you can imagine a little lost lamb who's lost their flock would probably be quite scared, quite nervous and on edge. So I compared it to that. So you can make comparisons to animals. They're quite good things to compare to. And sizes to like countries, or usually with things that sort of sparkle or glitter, you know, jewels are quite good for comparing. So think about things in the natural world when you're making your similes, because they give quite good examples for similes you could create. And then for personification, I wrote the frost nipped at Lucy's nose. Now the frost can't really nip like this, can it? Usually when you nip someone, you give them a little pinch. The frost can't do that, but it's as if the frost is doing that because it's so cold. The trees watched as Lucy roamed through the forest. We know that trees don't have eyes, but kind of it makes it seem more intimidating, doesn't it, for Lucy if all the trees were watching her. And then I've got the Lucy's castle loomed over Lucy and intimidated her. So loomed means if you're sort of staring over someone who's maybe, say, smaller than you. And intimidated is to sort of make someone feel scared. So I've said the castle loomed over her. Instead of gazed, the castle gazed over her. That would be good personification if it was a happy castle, but this is a scary castle. And then I've got the light of the lamppost beckoned her to walk forward. Now, when you beckon someone, so sort of come here, again, a lamppost can't do that, but it's like the lamppost is inviting her, just like the wardrobe was. So I hope this gives you an idea of the sort of thing that you're going to be doing in your activity. I would like you to do the same. If you can pick 3 pictures from this selection, so you've got the children in the beaver's house, you've got Edmund going to the Queen's castle, you've got Aslan, there are lots of pictures. If you can pick 3 and do what I did, put your picture in the middle of the page and write metaphor, simile, personification, and then have a go at coming up with some of your own. And then tomorrow you can then use your pictures to write a paragraph. And you might find that if you've had some time to think about it, you might come up with a really good one after you've done your learning. So I hope that goes okay. Give me an email if you have any questions at all. But I will put this up on the home learning website so that you can grab your pictures. All right, have a lovely day. Take care. Bye.